Hey everyone, it's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. Very exciting video here today. One of the perks of being a consultant is you can get your scent of the month and warmer of the month for the upcoming month ahead of time, like before it's available to the public, so that you can share it with your customers and whoever you want to. So I officially have in the October scent and warmer of the month. I'm very excited to share it with you guys. I did give some thoughts on this scent because a sample of it came in our whiff box, and it's an interesting one this time. So let's dive into it. Part of your consultant scent and warm of the month kit, you get a bunch of flyers, you get stickers, and they rub and smell. So if you get these stickers from your consultant, if you rub them, you can actually smell the fragrance. I don't know if people know that because it doesn't really say on them, but that's what these are. You get a good little tester here. It's so dark. Room spray in the scent of the month, and then you get 9 bars. I don't even know if I can hold all these. You get 9 bars, so plenty of bars to sample, try yourself, have on hand, whatever, plenty of stuff. So let's get into it, and then optionally you can get the warmer as well. So let's talk about the scent, because you guys, this one, it's different to say the least. So the scent of the month for October 2021 is Fairy Tale Pumpkin. If you got the whiff box, you probably already got the sample cup of this. If you've warmed it, let me know what you think. Here's what it looks like. You might be thinking Fairy Tale Pumpkin, but it's navy? Yes. Yes, it is. Literally, the wax is like straight up navy blue. It's so unique, you guys. Okay. They're calling this the fruity category. They say it's an epic fantasy of harvest pumpkin, midnight black raspberry, and a whisper of black licorice. Kind of just like so different for Scentsy, I feel like. But let's get into like what they say is the top, mid, and base notes. So they're saying the top notes are cinnamon, spiced pomander, and black licorice. If I'm getting cinnamon, it's got to be a sweet cinnamon. I feel like I'm mostly getting like a berry note, and not even the licorice, I think a berry. So the mid notes are harvest pumpkin, wild blueberry, and midnight black raspberry. I think I'm getting kind of like a blackberry type of note. Maybe it's obviously the berries in here, but like the blueberry and the black raspberry kind of mulling together. So maybe like a sweet cinnamon and a blackberry type of scent. They're saying the base notes, which I feel like are the bottom of the bar typically, to me, they're saying vanilla bean, dark maple sugar, and toasted pecan. And I didn't feel like I got this on the sample cup just because it's not that big. It's not like a whole bar to actually smell. But this smells like a sweet fruit. At first, right when I took it out of the clam, I don't know if I was getting that toasted pecan, but it was almost like a roasted nut type of note. So I'm guessing that's what it was, but now it almost smells sweeter now that I'm smelling it again. I don't know. It's so unique. It's mostly fruity to me. I don't know if the fact that it's called Fairy Tale Pumpkin, when it was warming, when I was doing the sample cup, I was thinking I was getting pumpkin, but maybe I wasn't. I thought I was getting a little bit of something, but maybe it's the cinnamon. I mostly felt like I was getting some berry. To me, this is very similar to how walnut raisin muffin is, where you kind of, each person got a different aspect from it. So for me, I got a lot of bakery a lot of like raisin and like very little to zero bakery, maybe a cinnamon. Some people got like only bakery. It was just a very unique scent in the way that like every single person smelled something different from it. I feel like this reminds me of that because it's very bakery forward to me. Like they don't smell the same, but they kind of remind me of one another, if that even makes sense. They're like distant cousins maybe. Like the smell of this, the berries, reminds me of how like the raisin smells in walnut raisin muffin. I don't get licorice. I know some people are like so scared of licorice. I know the big thing on Lisa Roberry's channel is that she got grapes from this. I don't get grapes. I get more of like a blackberry type note. And it's not necessarily blueberry because I don't really like blueberry. I feel like it's more like a blackberry, even though they say black raspberry. Maybe it's blueberry and black raspberry mixed. But on this cold sniff, I don't feel like I'm getting pumpkin. And pumpkin's kind of hard to capture. I mean, I feel like all these other notes are way stronger than pumpkin, so maybe that's why. I don't know, it's so interesting. So I'm definitely gonna be warming a bar, but I will be sending my customers out samples because this is definitely one you probably want to smell before. I am gonna spray the room spray because I learned my lesson with Scary Good. I thought the room spray smelled totally different. This is almost even more similar to Walnut Raisin Muffin. That's so interesting. It's like fruity. It's not as strong as I was expecting it to be. I think the wax is definitely stronger than that spray. I hope I didn't get that all over the camera. The wax is fruitier, and I think the spray almost has like a little bit more of the vanilla and cinnamon, like a little bit more bakery. I kind of sprayed the kettle or the flyer. That's interesting. I don't know. It's definitely one I'm gonna need to test, and I'm so glad I have these full bars because I think it's so interesting, but also I think it'll very much appeal to people who aren't like, they don't love cinnamon scents. I pretty much like everything. So I think it is nice for this time of year for people who don't like cinnamon. So the Scentsy bar, this is all 10% off in October while supplies last. Scentsy bar $5.40, room spray $7.20, and the scent circle will be $2.70. So next, let's talk about the warmer. So the warmer of the month for October is Mosaic Pumpkin, and it's kind of a spin on Enchanted Pumpkin, in my opinion. So they're not the same, but they're very much similar. So this is the picture of it unlit. It says Mosaic Pumpkin, the most magical pick of the harvest. This handmade glass pumpkin radiates a warm, beautiful light. A decorative lid gives that fresh off the vine feel. So as you can see, the lid, honestly, in the pictures, it kind of looks like a spider. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it gives me spider vibes. We'll see what it looks like in person here. So it says 6.5 inches tall. It's definitely more petite than I thought it was, and it's 20 watts. So it is on 10% discount in October, making it $49.50. And here is like 3 images of it. But I'm gonna show you 2 right now as well because it's always more helpful to see things in person, I feel like. So I learned my lesson from the Enchanted Pumpkin, and I took it out of the box because the packaging was that dreaded styrofoam again. If you're struggling with this packaging, open up the bottom and like push it out. Like, lay it flat on the ground. Don't like dump it upside down like this or anything crazy. Just lay it flat on the ground, open up the bottom, and just like push it out. That's what worked for me both times. So it's not, I mean, I understand this is very fragile warmer and they need styrofoam, but like, it's very hard to get out of the box. So just be aware of that. And I really hate that like styrofoam noise. Ugh, no, not my thing. So we just have like the classic Scentsy warmer dish. This is a very, very standard dish. I think this is just like the medium glass dish. Has the 4 on the bottom. Like I said, this is a very standard Scentsy dish. So next we have the lid. This actually kind of shocked me. I was expecting it to be more black per the picture. Let's do a little comparison. I don't want to knock over all my bars. These stacks of bars, guys, it's just 9 bars. It's a lot. Okay. There's the picture. Here's what it looks like. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of almost more of like a rusted, like there's a little bit of a red hue or like a rust type of hue. I don't know if I'm doing this any justice. I feel like maybe a little bit of the sun can do some reflecting off it. Like I thought it was black, but really it's not. It's more of like a rusted type color. But in the pictures, it really looks like a spider, and kind of like this, it kind of still looks like a spider. But once you actually get it up close, like it looks like leaves, and there's like little, you know, extras coming out, like a pumpkin. Wearing the pumpkin patch, they have those little like spirally things coming off of them. So it actually looks a lot better in person than it did in the pictures, which Scentsy always, like everything always looks better than it does in the pictures, but this was like the one part of the piece I was just like a little bit like, felt like it looked a little spidery, so FYI. Okay, here is the warmer itself. It is unlit. It's pretty petite, but it's pretty wide. It's probably the same exact setup as the Mosaic Pumpkin. Oh, sorry, the Enchanted Pumpkin. I'm gonna get those messed up. They're all kind of the same, the Chic Warmer, they're all kind of the same concept, but this one is definitely not as like see-through as the Enchanted Pumpkin, but it's definitely that like blown glass with the like colored glass pressed into it. It's very pretty when it turns on, but I feel like when it's turned off, it's like kind of like, you're almost like, what is that? Like the coloring of it when it's turned off is very interesting to me. It's very deep and very dark. I don't know, I was not expecting it to kind of look like this, but I love how that glass reflects. It's definitely prettier turned on, in my opinion. So because it's a 20 watt warmer, I already said that, but there's a 20 watt bulb. Because it is a glass warmer, it has a little notch in the back. Also, it has these little feet to help it stand up. My feet were not very well on when I unboxed this, so just check that out. It was not sitting very stable, and I realized one of the feet wasn't in place very well. So they're just sticky pads that you could probably get anywhere. I just readjusted them and stuck them on, and it was sitting much better. So keep that in mind. But let's put it together. It's a little bit heavier than your standard warmer. So it definitely looks like a pumpkin, but it's going to even more once this top comes on and its little stem is in place, and then we turn it on. So personally, I think it looks way better turned on. Like this is definitely one, some of them I'm like, oh, I like that turned off and on, like the Mood Over Jupiter back there, which is in clearance. I love the way it looks off. This one, I'm like, I absolutely love the way it looks on. Like it's so much more with that orange to me. So also I love the little top with the little stem. And then I do think these make more sense now, like once they're truly on the pumpkin. But yeah, it's a very, very similar concept to the Enchanted Pumpkin, just in a little bit of a different style. These warmers are, I feel like they tend to go fast because they cannot produce as much of them, just because they are such a unique formula, like way they're made. So if this is something you want, let me know if you're my customer and you need me to order it for you. I have a feeling these could go fast just because of the way that they're made. Enchanted Pumpkin is already sold out from the Harvest collection. The Chic Warmer had issues back when it was first released. I just feel like this type of warmer, they're not able to produce as quickly as maybe some other warmers. So it's very, very pretty. I am probably gonna put it up here right behind back here. I'm gonna take one of those down and replace it just to make it a little festive back here. And then I have my Enchanted Pumpkin downstairs. They would look really cute next to each other, but I wanna kind of festive it up in here. But they're very much like sister pieces, I feel like. So very pretty. Once again, available midnight Pacific time, October 1st. Contact your consultant if you are interested. I love the broken glass look. It's so, so pretty. So there you have it. Also, the scent will be available then as well. Let me know, again, what you thought if you've tried it out. But thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.